Hi pals, welcome to my channel From Skint to Savvy. If you are new here, this is my journey from being skint, basically, living from wage to wage, using credit cards, overdrafts and just spending really badly, not knowing what I'm doing with my money, where it's going, not tracking it whatsoever, to being a little bit more savvy, tracking my spending and just knowing what I'm spending on. I don't have a huge amount of debt, but I am an emotional spender, so therefore I will spend money when I'm happy, when I'm sad, when I'm excited. You know, any emotion leads me to spending, and yeah, it's hard. Boredom is one of the worst, and being poorly as well. So this week I'm really having to rein myself in from getting the computer out and looking at Etsy and Amazon and things. I'm really just banning myself from it. Anyhow, I appreciate you all watching my videos. If you haven't yet subscribed, I would really love it if you would consider subscribing. And I love that everybody that comments on my videos and everyone that likes my videos, even if you haven't subscribed. And for those that have subscribed, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Every little like, comment, subscription, it all just helps my channel grow. And yeah, it's just nice. It's nice to see my channel grow and nice to be able to speak to everybody when they comment. I try and respond back to every single comment. Today I found 2 comments that were under review. I didn't even know there were such a thing, but my last video, all my comments were turned off, kept getting turned off, so I don't know what happened there, but when trying to fix that, I found these 2 comments under review. But I do try and respond to every single comment that I get on my channel, because if you can take the time to speak to me, ask me a question or comment on my video, I think it's only fair that I respond back to you. So let's get started. Today we are going to do a quick check-in for this week, finishing today, and budget for next week. My week runs from a Monday to a Sunday, and I normally go shopping on a Sunday, but as you can probably hear, I'm feeling really rubbishy, so I'm staying home. So I thought I would catch up on my videos because I am a little bit behind. So yeah, let's look into it. This is a budget by Paycheck Workbook by the Budget Mum. I really love the book. I'm such a person that, you know, I like the physical copy of things. So this just suits my needs perfectly. There is instructions at the start of the book how to use it, but once you start working on it and once you start your own budget, you do tend to find ways and means of doing things that work better for yourself. Because I've been unwell, I've not been doing my plan in the head, and I am really behind in my trackers, which I'm really upset about for myself because I was really wanting to make a conscious effort to track my spending, but yeah, it's just not happened, and I'm not going to dwell too much on it because if not, I'll get upset at myself. It's not a huge thing, but I'm trying to learn new habits, and being sort of a bit cotton woolly in my head, I've just not been in the right headspace. But I also don't want to get out of control. So anyhow, I'm rambling. Let's just crack on and get on with it. So this is today's budget and finishes today. As I said, I'm not going out anywhere. I'm banning myself from the laptop and from my phone, from Amazon and Etsy, so I shouldn't spend anything more today. And if something happens and I do spend more today, I'll put it onto next week's budget. But help me, don't let me buy anything from you. If you see my name pop up, reject my purchase until tomorrow. Anyhow, at the start of this week we rolled over 1,583 pence and a penny. We had £50 in our that we oh dearie me, the £50 that we earned from some other side hustles and selling things, and that £50 actually went to, well, £40 of that £50 went to these envelopes, my envelope challenge. I've actually already videoed this once before, but I started saying names of places near me and my boyfriend's name, which which is not a huge deal really. But at the minute, I just want to stay anonymous until I feel a little bit more comfortable doing this. Yeah, so as I said, naming places around me and my boyfriend wasn't probably my best move. So I have filled these envelopes in another video, sellotaped them closed, so I'm not going to open them again. But I put a £5 in there, put a £20 and £2 coins in that one, and I put a £10, a £5 and two £2 coins into this one, and that came from this £50. I had £8 in change lying about. I've got like a change pot that I haven't actually put into my budget at all. So I used £8 from that, which means there's £10 left still in my rollover that I was using, not my rollover, in my back to bank envelope. So I will need to add the £8 into my budget to allow for this £10 to carry through to next week. But I'm going to do that just in next week's budget because I've already closed this out. I already explained here that I used £135 from sinking funds. So £35 of that was to get my nails done, and you'll see that in my budget here. And £100 of that was on my credit card to do my deposit for the new mattress that I bought, which will arrive in April. So I'm going to take that out of the envelope just now that it's in, and put it into my back to bank envelope so that that's just out of the way for when I do my cash stuffing tomorrow, so I don't get confused. So I decided that I'm going to take it out of my emergency fund. So in my emergency fund, I have 1,000 in the bank. So that's my placeholder from Fuschia Budgets. And then I also have my 1,000 from Fuschia Budgets. And then I have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 165. In my emergency, I have a second emergency fund that I use for my car mainly, and that's almost at 1,000 as well. So I decided that the £100 could come out of this. So I'm going to take 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 out. And I'm taking the £10 so that I can use this as my cash stuffing tomorrow, so I don't have to take so much out of the bank. I hope that makes sense, and that leaves me with £1,065 in my emergency for the moment. I'll put that here, pop this back in. I'm really struggling today to do things, so my hands are shaking and stuff, so that's why I'm not doing my cash stuffing today. And also because I did a PCR on Friday, in Scotland we still isolate at the moment, so I couldn't go out and get money Friday or Saturday anyway, so I don't really have the money to stuff it at the minute. I'm going to put this in my back to bank along with this £10 that I will put into my budget as an other next week, or the £8, sorry, so that the £10 rolls over. So that is that there. Okay, so go into our budget now. So all my bills came out. I said already that my Audible came out onto my credit card, so that's been added down here, which will be getting paid. It's actually not paid yet. I'm going to pay it today. My PayPal in 3 is the first payment of another one of these books, because she's not creating a new book this year just due to the cost of living and everything going up. The cost of getting one of these printed has gone up quite a bit for her, so she's not going to do one this year, but you know, you never know, she may do one next year, and maybe by then I'll be using a different format. But for now, we're into March, I'm still learning this book and I'm still finding it helpful and useful, so I thought, well, I'm just going to buy another one while she has some stuff in stock. I used my £35 and I had an unbudgeted spend for Amazon, which was really just materials to make my own envelopes. Did I need to buy the stuff and make my own envelopes? No. Did it make me happy to do so? Yes. So I'm quite glad I did. So I'm quite happy with that spend. My groceries, we decided not to go grocery shopping today, although I did do a bit of a shop on Wednesday. So I've got just over £20 left in this account. But I'm just going to roll that over into like next week, the £20. The dog still has money in her account, but again, I'm just going to roll it over. And I only put £62 in diesel, but again, I'm just rolling it over for now. Maybe in April I'll put the exact amounts in there. But for now, but for now we're just going to leave it as it is. I put a little bit extra into my electric because I'm trying to build that up before the 1st of April, in hopes that because I have an old smart meter that the money that's in my electric will be charged at this lower rate that I have just now. I put £100 into my sinking funds, and I'm going to pay off my credit card in full. I haven't done it yet, but I will do it after this video. My envelopes totaled £48, and that left me with a rollover of £1,190 and 4p for this week. So this week is our budget now, and while I remember, I'm going to pop the £8 into my actual column so that I know that we need to account for that I've put into my envelopes. If not, my money and everything will be off when I do finally go back over all my till receipts, etc., and do my expenses. So we're rolling over £1,190. I get my fuel expenses from work this week, which is £382. My other is going to be this £8, but we'll just leave it as is just now because I've done all the calculations. So that takes us to £1,572. When I filmed already, I realised I've put these in the wrong dates. I haven't yet changed them over, but I will. So my car insurance is due to come out. My payment to studio is due to come out. That's the minimum payment, and I think after that I'll have about £24 to pay off or something like that. And I'm also going to pay my rent. I always pay my rent the same week as I get my expenses, because it's always more than my expenses. So, well, at the moment it's always more. Things may change, but so that leaves me with a bill total of £356. I take that away from the 1,572 up here, and that leaves me with 1,215. I then take that down into my in my envelope. So some of these are debit cards and some of these are cash spending. So I'm only going to put £20 in groceries, so that means I'll have about £40 in groceries. I'm putting £40 in eating out. That would have been for a meal out next week, next Sunday. However, it'll be my partner's turn to pay because he's not paying this week. I bought a Chinese last night and he was to pay, but because we're not going out. Anyway, I'm only going to put £5 into the dog fund because she's already got £10 sitting there and she shouldn't need more than that. Diesel's my usual 65. Of course, prices are increasing daily, so that might need to increase into the next week, but I still have £8 from the rollover, so we'll go with that. Sorry, my nose is getting more and more bunged up as we go, and I'm trying not to sniff. Again, I'm putting up £50 into my electric instead of my 40, and my spending and my miscellaneous is getting £5 each. And that takes a total of £190 into my cash envelopes. That leaves me with £1,025. My sinking funds are going to get a total of £125 this month. The categories are here, and these will be split up into Piper Entertainment and Occasions is just one thing, Self will be 2, and Savings is I think 3 or 4. And that's just because there's not enough space for me to write all of my sinking funds in there. I'm not making any payment to extra debt, because I'm paying off my credit card. I have one other credit card, but it's on a zero balance for the moment until September, so I'm not going to do anything with that for now. And my savings challenge this week is my house deposit, so I'm putting £25 into that, and that should leave me with £875 to roll over into the last week of the month because I get paid on the 27th. So that makes March for me, I know March for some people is a 5-week month, but for me March is the 4-week month, and April will be a 5-week month because I get paid on the 27th. So this rollover will have to include some of my bills, which I think a total about £25, and that's including my credit card payment, and then obviously my spending. If it was, I wouldn't need to put anything into eating out next week because I'll still have this £40 in the card, and if if diesel prices are rocketing still, then this £10 will just go into diesel as well, because I'll have the rollover from the last 2 weeks to cover myself on that. So I'm not too worried at the minute. Obviously we're all getting more and more worried as the days go on, as the prices are climbing and what have you, and to know what it's going to look like. But we just have to really look at our budgets on a weekly basis and make sure that we are covering all the essentials, and not stress too much about the sinking funds. I know a lot of people are worried, you know, if they've not got enough in their emergencies and things like that, and it really is just a case of prioritising your savings that you want, but making sure that you have plenty of money for your essential spends. And for me, this column is my essential spends and this is my non-essential spends. Obviously my emergency is within that, so if push came to shove, I would still be putting like maybe a £5 or a £10 into my emergency to keep that topped up, because you just never know when that emergency is going to happen, which is the whole point of having an emergency fund. So yeah, so that is us for today. I will come back tomorrow and do a cash stuffing for all of these. Oh, one more thing I do want to do though before we go is I'm going to quickly just take my money out of these because the week is finished, and we'll pop this. So I've got £5 out of miscellaneous and £5 out of my spending, and that is just going to go into our rollover and keep that aside for the end of the month. So yeah, so we will do a cash stuffing tomorrow, all being well, and hopefully my nose will be less bunged up and you can hear me a bit better. But for now, thank you for watching, take care and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Bye.